Hi, I'm Rob, and in this Gems of War video, I'm going to show you the team I used to do Invasion. Quite a good event because it's just fun just bashing those towers to oblivion. First things first, you want to go to the shop and grab yourself a tier 1. This gives you the Potion of Enchantment amongst other things. And at tier 2 you get the Bone Catapult guaranteed. So this is absolutely essential to get this to be effective in this event. Does damage to an enemy boosted by skulls, and if they're a tower, deal 3 to 5 times damage based on your ascensions. So the higher your ascensions all the way to mythic, that's how you get that 5 times damage. And you get the Siege Breaker trait as well. If you get a third one, then you can do again 3 to 5 times skull damage versus towers, again based on your ascensions. So I'm going to go about this a slightly different way to normal. I'm going to show how you can do this event by using 3 of these at once with various options if you can't get 3 of these for one reason or another. Right, to get more than one of these, first of all we're going to upgrade it first. As you can see, I do only have one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to my upgrades. I'm going to ascend it with orbs. So there you go, we've upgraded it using our blue orbs. It's back out now and get it ascended the rest of the way. And let's just do this. Leveling up. Bingo, bango, bish, bosh. Now we've got it to full level. That is now a mythic level. That's as high as it can go. So we're going to get the Siege Breaker bonus and we're going to do as much damage as we can. So we've got one of them. Let's chuck it in the team. Now we're going to go back to the shop and get another tier. And when you do that, you get 5 Siege Breakers. Okay, so we now have multiple versions of our Bone Catapult. I will show alternative troops you can pick for this if you can't get multiple copies of Bone Catapult, but let's chuck 3 of them in there for now and take a look at a weapon. Want to look at Undead because I want to benefit from some good team synergy from this. Let's take a look at Undead weapons. Bone Crusher looks decent. Let's chuck that in there. Doing damage to the first 2 enemies boosted by Undead, which will be the whole team because we're going to be in Death Knight class for this. Pretty decent weapon. Uses opposite colours to a Bone Catapult too, so that's good. You can go Secrets of the Crypt. That's not a bad way to go, especially if you're a newer player to the game. Stealing life from the 2 weakest enemies is going to make your hero stronger because you take that life away from the enemy and you give it to yourself, and it has a summon at the same time. It is mana blocked on purple by the other troops, but overall this is going to be a good way to go because if you do lose your top troop, and that's typically going to be the first one that goes, then you get a summon, and then you can still use the spell from the Bone Catapults to take out the towers. And if you lose one of these ones down here, then the same is true anyway. You've still got your nice skull damage up top, and you get a summon to replace it with. So that would actually work pretty well. Troops wise, if you can't do 3 Bone Catapults, you can only do 1. Typically you want to move your Bone Catapult then further down the order to make sure that they are safe. Then after that you want to probably move your hero up to the top, because one of the benefits of Death Knight is death mark all enemies when I die. So that can actually help you out anyway. Whilst we're here, let's take a look at the other champion talents. I've gone for Stone Wall, Chill of Death, Vanguard, Storm Aura, create Brown at the start, which is good, Life Siphon, Swift Curse, Death Mark a random enemy at the start, and Unholy Blessing. All Undead gain 2 armor and magic when an ally dies, and of course we'll have a Potion of Enchantment. Other troops you can pick though, which will be viable for this, which will work really well with the Bone Catapult in first place, are Apotheosis. Converting green to skulls, then give life to the first ally, so gives life to that top ally, keeping them alive for longer. And with that awesome skull damage, that conversion of green can happen straight away because Apotheosis starts with full mana. Another troop not bad for this is something like Crimson Bat, doing true damage to all enemies and gaining life at the same time. Not bad at all. Keeper of Souls is pretty good on the skulls side of thing, transforming all gems of a chosen colour to skulls. That'd be really good for a Bone Catapult in first place with all that skull damage. But it is mana blocked because it uses exactly the same colours as the Bone Catapult. So you're going to have to wait for that Potion of Enchantment to come in for that, but still not a bad choice. And if you have him as well, then Wrath Amon could do a pretty good job in this. If you don't have 3 bone catapults if you can't do that for one reason or another, or just want to keep hold of your Orbs of Ascension to create a Zul'Goth later, things like that, then Wrath Amon, if you have it, is not a bad choice either. Creating a mix of 24 purple gems and skulls, gaining souls and cleansing all allies. But the fact that it creates 24 purple gems and skulls is going to be pretty awesome, because it's going to charge up these quick, as well as generate skulls, which when we bash with this is going to do a hideous amount of skull damage. So if you don't have 3 times bone catapult, then Wrath Amon is a pretty good choice too. But let's take a look at this team, how it's set up right now. Banner for this one, I'm going for +2 brown, +1 purple, -1 yellow. So let's dive in and do a few battles. Alright, I've missed the first couple of stages out because they were super duper mega straightforward. But with this team, you're going to be able to just run this throughout the entirety of this event, because the bone catapult gets like double magic in this event, which is really cool. But remember, you only get standard skull damage versus normal opponents. That extra skull damage does only apply to towers, but we can still bash out enemies really easily with this team. So let's continue. Always good to get the weapon up first if you can, because it does hit 2 opponents. But we'll take skull hits when they're there. Absolutely. Remember, we've got them death marks going on at the beginning as well, which is really cool. Let's take out the tower, make sure it's gone, has no chance of doing anything annoying. We can cast our Blood Crusher, boosted by undead allies. Let's go to the next stage. Sometimes that death mark you get at the beginning will just come in absolutely straight away. Paladin's got it this time. What we got? Let's get the weapon ready. Let's get rid of the tower. Go on absolutely straight away. So when all the towers appear later, when you get like 3 or 4 of them, remember these will be able to cast nearly back to back, just taking out the towers one after the other. Absolute piece of cake. And we have the Hourglass gem. This gem can be matched with yellow gems. It will give an extra turn, ignoring frozen allied troops. This effect does not stack with other extra turns earned. Right, so let's whack them out of it and then use our weapon to finish the other 2. And on to the next. Pretty soon we're going to have extra towers appearing. This is where having extras of the blood catapult thing, bone catapult, comes in useful. Gone. Let's get our, I was going to say get our weapon up, but we can't. None of the colours are there. Oh well. In that case, we'll just bash it out that way. I don't mind. Whatever happens first. Right, stage 4, jumped forward a little bit further. Remember, with the bone catapult you get double magic, so it does extra damage than normal, which is really, really cool. This is why it's really good to have 3 of these. Doing, in my case, 106 damage to an enemy. Very, very nice indeed. Let's grab it from there so we don't give the enemy a skull hit. Weapons up. Kaboosh. Gone, gone, gone. Remember this tower here, the Raven Tower, whatever it's called, acts like a Valraven. When you get this, before it has a chance to teleport away, it gives you 2 extra sigils. So really cool. Make sure you get that thing absolutely as fast as possible. Get those extra sigils in the bag. Alright, so we're going to do extra skull damage versus you, so you are gone, mate. Kaput. Last stage, stage 8. All we get now is towers, so what you're going to want to do now is absolutely definitely swap out that Swift Curse thing we had. So if you didn't swap it out already, when it had less chance of working on someone that wasn't invulnerable, then we want to get rid of it. And you want to put it on Lightning Strike. And you don't want Banishment, because Banishment dispels all enemies on 4 or 5 gem matches, but it doesn't work against towers. So if they get to cast and get them barriers, for example, Banishment will have 0 effect on that. That is an important thing to know. So we'll have Lightning Strike instead. Right, back in. Let's bash up a few towers. That's the teleporting tower, that one there. Think of that one like a Valraven. You want to get rid of that as fast as possible. If you get rid of that, you get 2 extra sigils, because if it casts, it has a 30% chance to teleport away. Just vanish. So this is where the fun begins. We can just start bashing these now with lots of triple skull damage. We'll get the weapon up as well. This can help sort things out pretty quickly. It's, yeah, let's give that one a wallop. Get them sigils in the bag. Extra damage there. He got his barrier, but it doesn't matter. We'll take it away. Then give him a bash. See you, mate. Man, there's the last one. Fairly straightforward. They got a little bit of revenge and managed to get somebody cast, but hey ho, it's going to happen now and again. Them up straight away, but you still want to grab some mana if you can for your troops while it's there. Take skull hits, benefit from that extra damage, and this is why I think you only need 3 of these, because skull hits come along. We didn't even get to cast the other 2. It's like, yeah, 3 would be plenty. Maybe even 2, you know. But 3 is just safer. Right, let's get that extra mana for the catapults. Let's do the damage on that one. The other ones are enchanted, so they'll get there anyway, but there's a skull hit which takes out another one. There, take out them. We've got one more round to go before the next one's up, if we don't get a skull hit in the meantime. But there it is. Very straightforward, easy team to use, with the other options of other troops if you don't have 3 bone catapults at the beginning of the video. So there it is, there's the team. If you enjoyed it, why not bash that like and subscribe button, it really does help. But most of all, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.